Principles of MCCG are consist in three principles. First, board leadership and effectiveness. Second, effective audit and risk management. Third, integrity in corporate reporting and meaningful relationship with stakeholders. For board leadership and effectiveness, it divided into three focuses. First, board responsibilities. Second, board composition. And lastly is remuneration. For board responsibilities, its intended outcome is in assuming responsibility for leadership in the company. They need to have a board. In keeping a long-term success of an organization and conveying the sustainable value to its stakeholders, the board plays a huge role. The board needs to control and coordinate strategic goals of the organization while monitoring management. The next intended outcome is demarcation of responsibilities between the board committees, and management. This can be made by establishing a board charter which is published on the website of company. By publishing it on the website of company, it can clarify the respective roles and responsibilities of the board committees, individual directors and management, as well as issues and decisions necessary for the board. Next, board composition. Board composition affects the ability of the board to satisfy its oversight responsibilities. Its intended outcome is the board decision and the objectively is the best interest of the company, taking into account diverse perspectives and insights. Only half of the board are allowed to hold independent directors position, but differently for a large company, where the board is allowed to have majority independent directors. The board must have at least 30% women directors in large companies. For remuneration, its intended outcome is the level and composition of remuneration of directors and senior management, taking into account the company's desire to attract and retain the right talent in the board and senior management to drive the company's long-term objectives. The board needs to ensure that remuneration and incentive for independent directors do not conflict with their obligation to bring objectivity and independent judgment on matters discussed at board meetings. Effective audit and risk management are divided into two parts. Alright, in audit committee, the audit committee should be able to discharge its responsibilities effectively by acquiring an appropriate level of knowledge, skills, experience, and commitment to its members. The audit committee should comprise solely on independent directors. Its intended outcome is the board is able to objectively review the audit committee's findings and recommendations. The assessment on the appropriate objectivity and independence of the external audit firm should be conducted annually. Next, for risk management and internal control framework, risk management concentrates on identifying threats and opportunities, while internal control leads to counter threats and takes advantage of opportunities. This will help the company to make decisions about the level of the risk that it wants to take and implement the suitable controls to effectively pursue the objectives.